EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the foot of the Rockies, just west of downtown Denver at Empower Field at Mile High. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. Oh, and a nice return, but he takes a big shot at the end of it. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at 2nd down. This defense for the Broncos, they really played well a week ago in that win over the Jets.
And every defensive team that we talk to, they spend a lot of time talking about creating turnovers. And anytime you get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really good performance. They exceeded that number in a huge way. They got the football back 4 times in the win.
Short throw caught by Bowers. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for a Las Vegas first down.
And Bowers was clearly the top tight end in college football over his 3 seasons at Georgia. And I applaud the Raiders for not letting Michael Mayer's selection a year ago prevent them from adding to their riches at that position.
Geno now to throw. He's going to look deep down the field. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Raiders need just 3 plays to go down and take the early lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. And the slot man goes in motion left. Play clock down to 0. And this is not the way to start a drive. To throw is Nix. Over the middle, complete. That's Hall. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got him the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
From the 41, this is 2nd and a yard. In motion goes the tight end. Throwing Nix. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by Nate Hobbs. And the Raiders are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Second and a couple.
Here we go, here we go.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 2 yards, good enough for a first. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
Now that's a big-time run. Lightning in a bottle, forget it. He exploded out of the bottle for that type of a pickup.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Ready. 13 next, 13 next.
Throwing now is Gino. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Bowers. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Well, this is a defense that's definitely on their heels now because they gave up the running play for good yardage one play ago. Now the pass here sets this offense up 1st and goal.
And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A great play there. His 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Raiders are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead.
Sometimes you get a 1st and goal and you're back near the 7, 8, 9-yard line and you start thinking, maybe we'll run it here on 1st down to get half of what we need, so maybe we can have 2 or 3 shots at going for it from closer range. So this is a bonus right here. What a great run to work his way into the end zone.
On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd and 6.
Panther 11, Panther 11.
Nix to the air. And his throw is incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Let's go now.
Now it's Nix. And the Raiders have got him. Buried behind the line by Christian Wilkins. The Broncos send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. This is taken at the 15. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3, because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end. And that's caught inside the 35. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. It's a big play there for Vegas. 51 yards. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he's got room. And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15. 48 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. Final 30 seconds of this first quarter, and it's been a quarter dominated by the guys with the football. Now Smith. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Bowers. And the Raiders are going to have a first and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard that time, second and goal.
Good work there, holding him out on first down. And this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on second and goal.
Hey, go flip her up, flip her up. Line.
Now Geno. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Brock Bowers from 3 yards out. And the Raiders have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now 21-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for first and 10.
Let's go.
Here's Nix. And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way home for a Broncos score. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Broncos are able to cut into that deficit. Lutz good on the extra point, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their fourth possession. Touchdowns on their first three possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
Over the middle, complete. That's Thornton. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Nick Bonito coming in there to record the sack.
Well, that's what they have to do more of defensively, not just getting sacks, but they have to keep getting in his face, not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. And pressure coming, and they got him once again.
Nick Bonito.
2 plays in a row now that he has gotten in there for the sack, and it brings up 4th down. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. This is brought in at the 21. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but, Charles, they look up, and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
So they'll get nothing out of that play, and that's going to bring up second down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Now it's 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Nix. There's Hall bringing in another one.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They were starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Mims in motion right. Working out of the gun is Nix.
Escaping the pressure right. And he wisely will throw that one away. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
To throw, here's Nix.
He's going to fire one deep over the middle. This is caught inside the 15.
And he's going to have this down deep into Vegas territory.
This is 1st and goal, and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right.
Nix to throw again.
Flush to his right. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Again, he'll drop to throw. And it's caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A great play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Broncos get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
Lutz with the extra point. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Oh, good return up past the 30. And they'll have good field position here as he's out of bounds up at about the 34-yard line.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos are going to take over at their own 41.
Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you've got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. They give him a gain of 37.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. It's a 39-yard attempt, right hash. The kick by Lutz is good, and that will do it for this first half. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3?
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, you know, let's face it, in the first half.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. A huge play there for Denver. 44 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 27. Back to throw. Nix. Being chased out left. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
The defense did its job of taking away a quick throw, but that's only half the battle because they've got to get to him before he can make a run for it. A little bit late containing him there, so he makes a nice gain out of a play that looked like it was in trouble.
Let's go now.
Nix from the shotgun. He gets it underneath to Hall. The broken tackle could not free him as he's brought down at the 10-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it's second down.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
Second and 6 from the 10.
60 Bobcat.
Off the play fake, here's Nix.
Rolling to his right. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up third down.
At this point in the second half, one mistake on a forced throw could doom your chances of a comeback, so that's the right call there to just throw that one away.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
Let's go. Buffalo 18.
Looking to throw. Nix. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver.
Marvin Mims
From 10 yards out.
and the Broncos have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half.
Lutz good on the extra point, and that gives him a 3-point lead. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent, still the same in what they plan to do on offense.
To throw is Smith. Forced out to his left.
And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
That one doesn't find its target, but all in all, he's been much sharper this week. He was under 50% a week ago, and now he's up over 70%.
But you know it's standard for quarterbacks and receivers get together for a little extra time each and every day in practice. I get the sense they got together for a lot of extra time this week to try and improve that passing percentage, and it's worked out quite well.
And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on third down, forcing the errant pass. Fourth down coming up.
He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Second down and a yard.
Back to throw. Nix.
And he'll find Hall.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
That's just flat out a beautiful throw right there.
It was a rope. That's maybe the speed you would see on a slant, but he threw that downfield with that kind of pace.
Now, if he throws that one with any type of arc, puts a little air under it, that play doesn't happen. He had to fire it in there, and he did exactly that.
Broncos. 7 Pirates. 7 Pirates.
Nick's looking to throw again. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Quickly completed to the right flat. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and it's 2nd down.
19 tight. 19 tight.
Back to throw again. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Perry. And the Broncos are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. They'll look to throw again. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Here we go, set.
And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. Breece Hall taking it in from a yard out. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Lutz to try to add the PAT. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Smith now to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air, and defensively, they were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
Back to throw, Smith. Short throw caught by Bowers. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down. From the gun, here's Smith. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Talanoa Hufanga. And the Broncos are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Sliding out of the pocket. And, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Looking to throw. Nix. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. 3 quarters in the books. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back now to Denver. It's Bronco football, and they also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Hall. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Back to throw. Nix. Eluding the pressure right. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Bo Nix, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Broncos are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. Lutz with the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnelled. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Smith. And that one going to be off target and incomplete.
This has obviously been a bad loss, but one of the few things they can still do is try and throw the ball all the way to the end zone and get some points on the board so they're not shut out over the final 2 quarters of this game.
Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal.
Here we go. Hey, alert.
Now Smith. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. A great effort there. There to make the grab. And the Raiders have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Oh, this is blocked. And the Broncos have it. But he will not be able to bring this one back, and the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
Well, times have definitely changed on the PAT, on the extra point, haven't they? A lot more effort goes into this play from both sides.
Yeah, because let's face it, a lot of time on extra points, the effort is not what it is when you're trying to block a field goal.
No doubt about it. And before, when the ball was snapped on the 2-yard line, it was really a virtual chip shot. Now everyone believes they can get to it and knock it away, and we know how crucial every point is. So the defensive guys, they spend a lot more time trying to get that done, which means there's more pressure on the offensive guys trying to kick it.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Good push from the offensive line, and they've done well so far to build this lead. Now they've got to get things to the finish line, and that's a solid pickup there to begin the drive.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Looking to throw. Nix. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. That is the play they needed in a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
No doubt about it. They did what they had to do to give themselves a chance to get back into the game. They turned it over to the offense. They are now in charge.
Now they need to execute. After the interception, here's Smith. That's going to be caught. It's Jacoby Myers. And he's got this down to the 35. Give them 12 yards that time, and a Las Vegas first. Smith. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Talanoa Hufanga. And the Broncos are going to have it here just past the 25. And that pretty much has been the storyline, Charles. This defense, they seem to be one step ahead from the start of the game until now.
And you identified it perfectly, and we can see the frustration that's settling in now. And it's probably been there for a long time, but now it's evident because you can see it in their faces, you can see it in their body language, maybe even a little bit in that play call that ended up maybe closing them out.
And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way home for a Broncos score. A big play there. 74 yards. And the Broncos have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter. Lutz good on the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Another solid game-changing play for this defense with the interception. At this point, though, I don't know that it's game-changing. I mean, they've got this one in firm control.
And you always hear about, you know, those stories about someone left their game plan behind and maybe you benefit from it. I'm not going to say that that happened, but they certainly have appeared on defense to be a step ahead this entire game. Guys are always in the right spot in order to make a play.
The offense has had its moments, too. He's got his man on the crossing route. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, 4th quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. On play action, here's Nix. He'll get this to his tight end, Troutman. It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll make it 2nd down. Handoff, running left. Here's Hall. And here he'll get it down to the 7.
After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down.
Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the 1st down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A great play there with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns.
And the Broncos are able to widen their advantage.
Lutz with the extra point, and they open the lead up now to 25. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive.
They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers.
Here's Smith.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there.
And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass.
And my goodness, another interception.
Picked up by Talanoa Hufanga. And the Broncos will have the football as this is taken up past the 30.
Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around a defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
Every player I know tends to play the game in his mind before it actually happens. There's no way he thought that at this stage of the game, this would be his first big run like that.
Yeah, but it's got to feel for him like the floodgates open, a sigh of relief. Now we'll see if things can open up for him.
See if it can continue.
On 1st down, right back to Hall.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
And he's going to have the 1st down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field.
And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball and could not hang on. Second down coming up.
Let's go now. Go.
Throwing Nix.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach, and maybe you and I should attend that press conference and see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up, but he certainly will have some explaining to do.
He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And this will be caught. Well, forget taking the knee. Some late gamesmanship here as they throw for a late touchdown.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but, boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for Denver, they move back over 500 at 3-2 now on the year. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Raiders, they'll fall to 1-4 with a loss. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for our entire crew, alongside